Democracy is not a spectator sport, it's a participatory event. If we don't participate in it, it ceases to be democracy. Honorable Speaker, sir, and respected House, it is very much important to note that the implementation of the One Nation, One Election would require simultaneous changes in the constitutional amendment in the political consensus of the people. Honorable Speaker, sir, implementation of One Nation, One Election has its various challenges and problems, and one of the major challenges is change in federalism. India is a country of diversity which has its federal structure with a division of powers between the center and the state. If this simultaneous election comes into force, then it will increase the conflict of interest between the center and the state. Honorable Speaker, sir, our country with a population of almost 140 crores is a logistical challenge in itself. In India, elections are festivals of democracy which require careful planning and coordination, which can be very difficult if simultaneous choices have to be made. Honorable Speaker, sir, for implementing the One Nation, One Election, the elections in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies need to be synchronous. But Speaker, sir, the term of the present Lok Sabha is still 2024, but elections in some of the legislative assemblies have already took place last year, while others are going to held in this year. For implementing the One Nation, One Election, the elections of those legislative assemblies have to be reduced and increased, and for that, there should be various changes in the articles like Article 83, Article 85, Article 172, Article 174, and Article 356. Honorable Speaker, sir, I want to ask the respected member of the Treasury Bank that how One Nation, One Election will work in case of the premature dissolution of the Lok Sabha. In that case, will they dissolve all assemblies too? Honorable Speaker, sir, as per the report given by the International Development Finance Company recently that if simultaneous election come into force, then there is a 77% chance the top party is more likely to win both the center and the state. But if this election happens after every 6 months, then that percentage just dropped to 61%, as people sometimes have their second choice, sometimes they reject their first choice, or sometimes they are not even impressed by the party just before the election. Honorable Speaker, sir, my respected member from Treasury Bank is coming and saying that One Nation, One Election will reduce the election expenditure. But I want to enlighten them that it will require more electronic voting machines, that is 3 times more as per the Honorable Speaker, sir, that is 30 lakh electronic voting machines will be needed for conducting the One Nation, One Election, which will cost approximately 9,284.16 crores, with additional charges for repairing those machines after every 15 years. Honorable Speaker, sir, as per the Law Commission headed by Justice S. Chauhan said that the present framework of the Constitution is not at all suitable for implementing the One Nation, One Election. If that comes into force, then there will be various constitutional amendments in the Representation of People Act 1951 and also in the various laws and procedures of the Lok Sabha and State Assembly. Honorable Speaker, sir, as per Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, 17th Chief Election Commissioner of India, the frequent election always keep a check on the government and make the government accountable to the people. However, if this election comes after 5 years, then the government will no longer be accountable to the people, and also the election expenditure is very much beneficial for the grassroots economy. Honorable Speaker, sir, one of the major reasons for discovering the One Nation, One Election is that election for both the Lok Sabha and state assemblies are fought for different issues, while the regional parties target on the regional issues as they are much concerned about what is happening in their locality. If this One Nation, One Election come into force, then the regional parties will not be able to compete with the national parties in terms of election expenditure, in terms of election strategies, and so on. Honorable Speaker, sir, I want to ask the respected member from the Treasury Bench that what is their concern regarding that. Honorable Speaker, sir, my respected members of the Treasury Bench have said that One Nation, One Election is practiced in other countries. I want to enlighten that it is practiced in the countries which you can count in your fingers, that is Sweden, Belgium, etc. And they have a population of 1.04 crores and 1.06 crores, where in Assam itself has a population of 3 crores. And if you are India is a population of 146 crores. So how can we compare our country to Belgium and Sweden? Honorable Speaker, sir, at last I want to say that I have convinced you enough, and I am pretty sure that my respected member from the Treasury Bench have also understood that why One Nation, One Election should not come into force. Therefore, Speaker, sir, I urge you not to pass the bill of One Nation, One Election.